Hi, my name is lynndjung. I am a science fiction and fantasy writer pursuing traditional publishing, and welcome to my channel where I talk about my writing journey. So I recently hit 20,000 subscribers, and I figured the best way to celebrate that amazing, ridiculous milestone is by celebrating the other people who make authortube great. For those of you who don't know, I do consider myself an authortuber. That's basically just someone who talks about their writing journey and writing in general on YouTube in the form of videos and vlogs. I've been in this space for about 4 years. I think this August was officially my 4-year anniversary on authortube. First of all, again, thank you so much to everyone who has commented and watched my videos and subscribed over the years. Like, I really can't believe that I've made it to this number. And I honestly never thought that this niche could get me there, because when I started out, authortube was very, very small. It had a little bit of a heyday before I started making videos, and it was kind of in that like slump era for a little bit, where there weren't a ton of new creators who were taking off in a big way. But I feel like in the past year, 2 years or so, authortube has really started to grow in this new and incredible way, and that has been amazing to witness. I found so many new creators that I love to watch regularly, and that is everyone who makes up this list today, as well as some new people that I found while I was digging around. And so basically the imperative behind this video is to show my appreciation, to show you guys some new people to follow if you like my content. All of these creators deserve a lot of love, and I specifically curated this list to have those creators who don't have massive amounts of followers. I didn't want to just throw a bunch of names at your face. I wanted to kind of categorize these people by what I enjoy most about their videos, the kinds of content they put out, and what I think you could gain as a writer or an aspiring author who is looking for insights and inspiration. So yes, that is the caveat, or 2 caveats I guess, is that everyone on this list is on like the small to medium size in terms of subscribers and channel size, and also that they post regularly at the time of this video. So if you're left off this list, it isn't a dig or anything. I'm just assuming that everyone who watches me probably also already knows about people like Alexa Dunn, for example. And if you have any recommendations for me for people that weren't on this list for whatever reason, then please leave them in the comments. I would love to check them out. Another thing that I wanted to mention, because I'm a self-centered person, is that by the time this video comes out, it'll also be my birthday. So this is kind of like a joint birthday and subscriber milestone celebration. So I very loosely arranged this list into categories. There's 3 categories. They're not very evenly distributed, but the first one is writing craft. The 2 people on this list are in writing craft because they give me a level of insight into craft that isn't very common. Like, they're not giving the same regurgitated advice from like writing forums or craft books. They actually have insights based off experience, and also their attitude toward craft is very inspiring to me. So first person is Chris MF. She's one of my first friends off authortube. Amazing person. I adore her. She's based in Canada. She is a science fiction and fantasy writer, and she makes vlogs and like writing discussions and industry discussions. She's agented and pursuing traditional publishing, so there's that angle to her as well. The reason that I love watching Chris's videos though is because she has such a way of articulating these like little nuanced craft things that I could never put to words or had never even thought about. So every time she talks about craft, I get something out of it. And sometimes it's like a borderline spiritual experience, but she's just so knowledgeable and so insightful and really thinks about her work and all of the nuances of craft and of things like theme. So if you are someone who's looking for writing craft insights that go beyond kind of the basics, and if you feel like you've exhausted a lot of your options, I definitely recommend checking out Chris's videos. Second person on this list, which by the way, if you have more authortubers who talk about craft a lot, I would love your recommendations, because this is too short of a list. But the second person, also incredible, is Rachel Writes. She's also based in Canada. She's been doing this and existing in this space for a very long time. The reason I love Rachel's videos is because she talks about her stories, her world. I think she has like a 10 book series, I want to say. I don't know the exact number, that she's been writing for the past decade. And it was sort of an accidental project because she just loves her characters and world so much that she wanted to keep writing stories about them. And I think that is so rare and exciting and inspiring to have that kind of passion for writing and to develop your craft by like just playing in the same playground. So Rachel is someone who has had, in my eyes, a really unique writing journey and has a lot of incredible things to say about craft as well. So the next group is my publishing insights group. As I mentioned before, I am an author pursuing traditional publishing, and I have been doing so for quite some time. Like, before I started this YouTube channel, I had signed with my first agent in my first year of college, and prior to that, I was writing with the intention to publish from a very young age. And when I was starting to pursue traditional publishing, even just 5 years ago, there were not that many voices on YouTube specifically that were talking about the realities of the industry, the ways to get traditionally published, the ways to pursue querying, to write a good query letter, to find a literary agent. And now that space is so full. Not full, like it could be more full, but now that space has so many more people in it, and it's so incredible to see. As someone who is pursuing traditional publishing and is really interested in the industry and how weird the publishing industry is, because it is so weird, these are genuinely some of like my most inspirational people. I want to be as open and helpful about the industry as these people are. So if you're also pursuing traditional publishing, these are the folks that you want to watch. There are published and to be published authors on here. Unfortunately, I don't have as many self-published folks on this list yet. I would love to find some more, but for me, I don't really know that much about self-publishing, and personally at this stage in my life I'm not pursuing self-publishing, so I have to admit that I'm not actively seeking out those types of creators, but I really respect the hustle and I am curious about them. So if you have any recommendations for that, please let me know in the comments below. So the first person on this list is Lizelle Sambury, also based in Canada, because for some reason half of authortube based in Canada. Lizelle is traditionally published with I think like 4 if not 5 books under her belt at this point, and Lizelle is amazing because she documents like everything, like every little piece of the process that you were ever curious about, that you ever wanted to pull the curtain back to see, she will have documented. As someone who is like actively a working author, she has a lot of valuable insights. She talks about grants, she talks about where her money comes from. And Lizelle is also someone who has been doing this for a long time. Again, criminally underrated, wonderful sparkling personality also, so a delight to watch. But I need to like hammer it into people's heads that it was not the norm to be this upfront about traditional publishing and its processes. Lizelle has been consistent with it this whole time. Next up, another criminally underrated authortuber is Lindsay Puckett, who is traditionally published with middle grade books. I love all of Lindsay's content because she just has like, in the best possible way, like teacher energy. It's so bright and positive, but she also does regular breakdowns of publishing trends. Like she literally goes through and collects data from I think like Publishers Weekly or something like that, like the free whatever it's called, the free newsletter, and she talks about the deals that have been sold and what like categories they're in and how that data fluctuates and stuff like that, like industry market insights. Again, so valuable, and that information is free, and you can just watch her video for free online and know exactly what kinds of things have been selling prolifically over the past quarter and what kinds of trends are coming up and coming down. But also, generally speaking, Lindsay's videos are incredible, such a warm presence, and just fun to watch. The next 2 people on this list are new to me that I found through digging. The first channel is Esme the Author. She is a best-selling author and her book The Principle of Moments came out this year. I want to say that she was really big on TikTok before she kind of like started making YouTube content, and I'm really excited to see where her channel goes. I'll definitely be watching her videos moving forward. And next we have Dami S, who is also kind of newer to this space. Agented recently sold her book and has already made videos about her query letter and her publishing process and all of that, so also very excited to see where she goes. This next section is just titled Vibes and Vlogs, and this is everyone who is just like cozy to me, as well as some new folks whose vlogs I've been loving lately. So these are the people I like put on and watch before a writing session just to get into that headspace. They make a lot of vlogs, they talk about their projects and life as a writer, so more just like general interest content, but amazing content nonetheless. First person on this list is Alyssa and the Books, who I adore. I feel like I started engaging with Alyssa's content more recently, but she's just so like funny and personable and just has a good vibe in her vlogs. Talks a lot about her project. She is pursuing traditional publishing and writes like thriller type books, so very different from the kinds of things that I write, but she's just so like fun to listen to. She also occasionally puts out like a very insightful video about, you know, some like publishing BS. So for example, NaNoWriMo with the AI statement that happened kind of recently, she made a video about that I thought was really good. So yes, just wonderful all-around content. Next person is Kelly Tai, another one of my very good friends. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like I have a parasocial relationship with Kelly and her videos, but that's not true because we're actually friends who talk. Putting on her vlogs is like catching up with a friend. She works for Augur magazine and she freelance edits and does all this amazing stuff. Like, she juggles writing with those responsibilities and a full-time job. I don't know how she does it. But she has a wonderful calming energy and she always goes to cute places. She's based like kind of East Coast, New York City kind of area, so very active, going to like author events and stuff. So it's always cool to see those happen because I'm not in a place where author events happen, so I kind of get to live vicariously through Kelly. Next is speculative. I have been watching more and more of Becca lately. Again, just like well-made, inspiring vlogs, occasional craft type videos. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know that much about her yet, but I'm excited to watch more. And one thing I have noticed, and this is a very specific kind of niche weird comment maybe, but she has really nice b-roll. Next on this list is Brielle Wright. She recently celebrated a year on authortube and has had amazing growth, and I'm honestly like so proud of her. She's working towards self-publishing her fantasy book, and she has been documenting literally every step of the process, from drafting to revising to printing out the book. Brielle is another person with amazing energy, amazing like editing and footage and aesthetics, just so inspiring and fun to watch. The next person is also kind of new to me. This is Andy E. Sears, who is documenting her writing journey. I only started watching Andy recently, but she's been working on her debut novel, revising it currently I believe, but also does the occasional fun video like lifestyle vlogs or reading her old writing back, which I think has been a really fun trend on authortube lately. So yeah, just like, again, general content, good vibes, good energy. Yeah. The next person is Cody the writer, who I found through Brielle because they've done some sprints together. Really fun, upbeat energy, also has like the cutest corgi I've ever seen. And his channel is more of a mix of these like writing advice type videos and also just like following his writing journey. So also a good mix of content there for those who are interested in that. And then next we have Anna Robbins, who I believe is currently writing a romantasy. Anna does update a little bit more sparsely. She has a very calming voice and she does voiceover on her vlogs, which are very much like life of a writer type of vlogs, which I really enjoy personally. And that is the end of our list. Again, if you have any recommendations, please let me know. And shout out to literally everyone who is featured on this list, and to everyone out there who's considering making an authortube channel and putting yourself on this platform. I highly encourage that you do. It's a lot of fun. You just kind of have to like keep going at it and not expect to make money off of it. But I think there is such a joy to sharing your writing and your writing journey and your thoughts about writing. And if you're looking for a community, I might be biased, but this is like one of the best ones out there in terms of writers. So yes, join us or whatever. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for 20,000 and counting subscribers. I'll see you in the next one.